everyone, it's Margaret Manning here. Welcome to 60 and Me. This is the place where women over 60 come to be inspired. My guest today is Lisa Copeland. Lisa is a love coach and dating expert for women over 50. Her passion in life is to help women to feel empowered and lovable in their 50s and to find the man that's right for them in their lives. So it's really wonderful to have you here, Lisa. Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here, Margaret. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a lot of women, of course, in our community who look forward to these conversations about relationships. Some are, really put off by the whole idea of dating and relationships, and others are disillusioned. Others are excited. It's a spectrum. But there is one conversation and one thread that goes through all kinds of conversations that we have, and that is around what men over 50 are looking for in a woman. Now, I'll just take a second to give you some background that brought this to my light, which is you and I did a video. It was some time ago, and it was actually, what do men after 60 want? I think that was the title. And we got so many replies from guys. I don't know where they saw the article or where they read it or watched it, but the comments were pretty intense, and some range from just pure, insulting behavior to others were saying, a younger woman, I'll have a younger woman, and then listed the many things that they would like to be doing with that younger woman. It was a very difficult thing to read. But anyway, if you guys are listening, by the way, Lisa talks to guys. She's not just talking to women. But anyway, so there's this myth that older men only want younger women. Help us understand how this plays out, how this myth started, how we can respond to it.
I'd be happy to.
Thank you. Sorry for that long introduction, but I just wanted to give it some context because I'm not alone in this.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I've asked this question of men, many, many, many men, and they shared their comments with me. So let's start with the biological part of why older men want younger women. Older men want younger women.
That was it. Yeah.
Part of it comes from older men are still able to sire children.
Yes.
So because of that, they can still be attracted to a younger woman whose hair is still really silky, whose body is firm. She is in childbearing years. And you see many of those types of marriages in power marriages where men are really powerful because they can get that. They have the money. Most younger women do not want an older man. It's like going out with their grandpa. They really, really don't. And most older men will try going out with a younger woman. What usually ends up happening is they find without that common shared history, they don't have a lot to talk about. They all try it. I mean, why not? It's a candy store out there now. And they'll often come back to women within 5 to 7 years of their age, either way. There's a lot of younger men that will date older women too.
Yeah.
So if you go out into the internet and you go on dating sites, you're going to read a lot. Men will say, this is what I want. But men look at pictures. If you have great pictures and your personality showing through it, you're going to get noticed even if you are not in the age range they think they want.
Yeah. Well, go back to that biological conversation, because I do think that at the heart of it, that is where this myth really did start. That, the guys can, as you say, have children. I mean, Richard Gere, I think he's 68 or so, 69. Yeah. He just, is having a child. And, like you said, they're celebrities. They're people that can purchase that. Their currency is their money and their wealth and their
power. The power. Uh-huh.
But a lot of guys, certainly from this conversation that came up on our article, was really that even older men would rather have a younger woman, to go out with and date, and they somehow think that that's totally possible, regardless of what they look like or how much money they have. So they don't even give us, many don't give an opportunity.
Well, some do, many do though. Many do give an opportunity for that. Yes, there are men that feel that way. I have a friend who used to run a speed dating company. And the men would come in, over 50 saying, oh, I want a 30 to 40-year-old. And those 30 and 40-year-olds didn't want them for the reasons we talked about.
Yes.
And they ended up saying, come on, let's try the women you're closer to your own age. And when they did, they were surprised how amazing these women were. And these men told her that she owned a speed dating company. They told her it was a surprise to them that they just hadn't realized it. It's just people don't know. And until they try it. You don't know what you don't know is the old saying.
Yeah. Well, okay. So Lisa, okay. So you talk to a lot of guys, right? I mean, like, I know you have a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure just in your business, you talk to a lot of male dating coaches. I mean, people who are dealing with men all the time. What do you find when you ask them what they want and they say a younger woman? What do they say when you say why? Or why do they want younger, other than the physical? Or is it only that?
It is the physical thing. It really is, because younger women they are more toned because they haven't had children. They, all these different things, but older women can be fun. So here's what you have to do. You absolutely have to stop thinking about it. You will read it online. You will read men that want these younger women. What you have to do is you have to come to a place of feeling good about yourself and knowing what you want. And that is really important. And the problem is women will say to me, oh, lots of men contact me, but they're not the men that I want. Now, the problem here is that usually we are reattracting our usual type over and over again. So when someone who could actually be a better fit for you writes to you or favors you or whatever, don't necessarily reject them. They could be great men for you. This is what I help women see all the time, is to open their eyes to the possibility of a new type of man who would actually be a much better fit for them.
Okay, and that's amazingly good advice. But wait, let me just phrase another. I mean, what about some of the comments that I remembered reading in this article were not just the physical, sexual side, but it was also the willingness of a younger woman to flirt and to be more to treat the man like a bit of a hero and a bit of a just desirable, and also just not be so heavy. They were just there to have fun.
Well, playfulness is important. I mean, we do have to learn to be playful again. We did not come from an era where we had a lot of time to flirt. We usually met men when we were really young, and we met them in colleges or high schools.
It's very true.
And there wasn't a lot of flirting going on. We just kind of hung out, and that was it. And it's important, even when you're in a relationship, it's important to flirt and to be playful. And that's what makes anyone feel good. Women love bad boys because they're the best flirters in the world. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily good for you, but they don't make you feel good. And right there saying, make you feel good. A man wants to feel good around you. You want to feel good around a man. And that playfulness is so important.
Yeah. So I think that, I mean, I can see now the why, why men want younger women. And would you say that younger women tend to want to go out with older guys because of their money or because of their, what about shared values and that kind of thing? I mean, does that even come into it? Do men even care? Older men?
About shared values?
Yeah.
A lot of men do. It's really what you care about. It's what you want and what you care about. You really have to toss that stuff aside because it will just take you down. It is a select group of men that were on there trolling YouTube. Whereas I've spoken to lots of men in their 50s and 60s and 70s, and they may still want someone 5 to 10 years younger, or they may want someone close to their age. But I'm telling you, younger men are wanting older women now. So there are tons of possibilities. You cannot let this get under your skin, because then what you do is you'll always point evidence to that men only want younger women. And that's not true. A really good exercise to do would be to really go online and look at how many men are actually looking for women closer to their age. Stop pointing evidence to that teeny tiny group that will get you really stuck.
Yes. And as you said, a lot of men will start off with I want to go to the 20 to 30 range, and then very quickly realize, or maybe even by going out with some of them and finding it's not what it was made out to be, that they are then coming back and looking. So maybe I think what you're saying is totally right, Lisa, that you start with yourself, and you look for the man that's right for you. And this is what you do. This is your business, to help women to find to eliminate the ones that may lead to an unhappy situation.
Yeah, and you don't want those guys anyway because they don't want you. And you want a guy that wants you. Who cares what they want? You want someone that wants you. And really, I've asked men about this. I say, how do you get past that? That younger woman syndrome, even if they write a younger age in their profile, and they say to me, you got to have really good pictures online and your energy has to be good. And men love a great picture of a woman. They're not going, oh, she's older. They're going, oh, I'm kind of attracted to her. I'm not. That's all it is, just like you do, or anyone who goes online does.
Yeah. And there's an energy. And this is part of what you do too. I mean, you help women to build a profile and the importance, of making that impression on your online profile. And I think that's an important role. I mean, because online dating is actually where, it's funny, online dating is, I think, where you go and find the biggest choice of people to meet, but it's also where you find the trolls, and you find the people who are kind of reinforcing that myth that all men want are younger women. So you kind of have to go into that dating scene online with being prepared for both, for authenticity and then total fake. So
yeah,
it's just life, isn't it?
It is, and really it's coming from what you want, and point evidence to what you want, not what's out there, because it's just a small number. I mean, it's a number of men, but you don't want them in your world anyway. So
I can just see, actually, as we're doing this interview, I can see all the women, nodding, yes, totally. And I think that, that must make a challenge for you though, as a dating coach and a love coach, because it's really hard to convince women it's okay.
Well, that comes from getting, feeling good about yourself, having a clear vision of the right man. There's other tools before you go online. And a lot of women skip those steps. And what happens is they get out there not feeling great about themselves to begin with. And it only takes a toll on their ego versus coming from a place of feeling lovable and empowered. And that makes a huge difference because you have choice then.
Yeah, I love those two words. Yeah.
And men recognize it and everything in your energy on your pictures, men, that you're lovable and that, you feel good about yourself. They love women that are confident about themselves. Yeah. They do.
Well, there are going to be some men who don't like empowered women, who don't like strong women. And truthfully, like you said, what would you even want them in your life? I mean, what would be the point?
Well, empowered, though, is not stepping on men or saying, I am a woman, let me roar. Empowered is knowing what you want and knowing you have choice as a result of what you want.
Yeah, big difference.
That's where it comes from.
I love the word empowered. I'm feeling empowered today by talking to you, and you're just an amazing expert in this area. I love chatting with you. Go out to Lisa's website, findaqualityman.com, and just check out what she's got there. There's a lot of resources for getting ready if you want to go online and do online dating, and also just if you want to start sorting out what it is you really want in a man. So you have a brilliant service.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Lisa. We'll talk again soon. Thank you so much.
It was wonderful being here.
Thank you. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our 60andMe YouTube channel and also visit our website. We are a strong and dynamic community of women over 60. We're challenging aging stereotypes, and every day we share fascinating stories, interesting questions, and great conversation.